What's happening, guys? I am in a beautiful location. This is the place that Michael and I came to when we said it was the most comfortable place that we came to. And today we're going to talk a little bit about Survivor and do they fix challenges and what happens, because I know a few incidents that we are about to talk about. But before that, I don't like to use this mode, this cinematic mode, because it's too pretty. It's blurry behind me. I hate when people use this mode, because I'm about to change it to show you guys the difference. I guess when you're talking and you're walking somewhere, and even when you're walking and you want walking on a nice street, Patong Street, and you want to see pretty girls behind you, they're blurry, and then you see your face and everybody else is blurry. Makes no sense. Let me show you the mode you should use when you're in beautiful locations. Video mode. How about that? How about that? Look how nice it is. So anyway, we're going to talk about a few incidents. Does Survivor fix some challenges? It's a point that's came across fans a few times. Lots of people talk about it. Do they fix them? Now, I know some incidents that I have been personally involved in. I know incidents that one of my best friends, Boo, was personally involved in. I know incidents that Krista Klump was personally involved in. So I know four, one with Coach as well. So I know 4 incidents that I know personally. So how many are there really? So I'm going to start with me. We had a challenge where we had to hold the stick in the air. And you put the little pedestal on the top of the pole. And you keep adding a foot at a time. Jeff gives you a little time. And then you put another one on. Then another one on, and then the wind's blowing, and who's ever falls and hits the ground first, they're out. But whoever hits the ground last, they win, right? Simple. So when you're holding it there, let's just say for fun that Brett's falls, and then mine falls, but his hits the ground first. And then, like, mine hits the ground many seconds after his. Who wins that challenge? Should be me, right? His hits the ground first. So this is what happened. We do that challenge, and his falls off, hits the ground, right? I see it hit the ground. Mine's still on it. I see it hit the ground. When it hits the ground, this is what I try to do. I throw because I won. I throw it, and I try to be cool and catch the statue. I missed, but if you watch it, you'll see me try to catch it. No, you won't see that because that one didn't air. Jeff said, no. And I'm like, what do you mean no? I'm the last one standing. His hit the ground. I see Jeff say immediately when someone loses, a ball falls off, you win. They don't just, you have to wait a little bit longer. So I think what was happening then, that they knew that I was going to lose that game, and they knew it would be a big problem. And they knew he would win the game. So if Brett wins the game and I lose, it makes sense. He wins all these challenges. He was a great challenge beast, and Russell Hantz beat him. But I didn't only beat him once. We did that challenge again. And I was so mad that I couldn't even hold the first foot on the statue. It would fall. It would fall. And then Jeff said, calm down. I said, Jeff, this ain't right. Natalie White, Mix, we were all like, he won, Jeff. He won the challenge just now, and you making us do it over again. So I beat that badass player that kept winning challenge after challenge after challenge. I beat him twice because you weren't beating me that day. I don't care if we play that challenge 10 times. Guess what? I beat him 10 times. You ain't beating me today, son. And I win again. So we did that challenge twice. That should be a rant, but this isn't going to be a rant because I'm going to talk about several different challenges that I know for a fact what happened. Now, same season. No, it's different season. Krista Klump. She goes against Matt now. And they're doing a challenge, right? And they have to throw the gavel, grab a bag, pull it in, and I guess do a puzzle. I was so upset with that season, I didn't really watch it, but Krista told me what happened. And they had to brought it in. She had all her bags in. She said he had like one in. And she's a smart girl. She graduated from Auburn, head cheerleader at her university, very smart girl. She would have beat Matt in that challenge. But guess what? How would that be any fun? If Krista Klump stays and Matt, that's winning challenge after challenge, they want him to keep winning, right? He just beat Russell. So they had a puzzle piece missing in the bag. In Krista's bag. She was finished. She was finishing the puzzle. And she was like, she was done. She won. Guess what they had to do? Because Matt couldn't understand how to throw the gavel. And she got it right off the bat. She was grabbing him and grabbing him. Now, he's looked at her. Now he knows he's get his second shot. Then he starts throwing it just like she was throwing it. And then he kills her. Because he grabs the bags and grabs the bags. They give them they do that challenge twice. Because they don't have enough puzzle pieces in the bag. Now, that is production's fault. That is a lawsuit, in my opinion. And you know what Jeff says to her? Good thing Russell isn't here, right? What is that supposed to mean? I know what it means. He knows I would have said, what the F are you doing? She just won that challenge. You don't put the right puzzle pieces in there, and then you... Really? So anyway, that one alone should get you pissed off. Because Krista Klump should have stayed... Now, believe me when I say, I was glad that she was voted off because we spent a wonderful time together, and we became very close, and it's memories that I will never forget. But that challenge was her. It was stolen from her more than Survivor Season 19 was stolen from me. Because it was over. She was winning. She's looking for the last piece of the puzzle. It was something like that. A piece was missing. So, next one is Boo. The challenge when they're all blindfolded. Boo's killing it. Challenge, killing it. And Yao Min's in this challenge, and they knew that Yao Min would go home if he loses this challenge. That was the talk. Ooh, don't fall down. That was the talk, that he was going home. And they sure didn't want Yao Min to go home. That's all they had. All they had in character was Yao Min. Boo was good in challenges, yes. Boring in the interviews. He even says that himself. Earl, boring interviews. You got Dream a little bit. Cassandra, boring. So all they had was Yao Min. They can't have Yao Min use that challenge. So they stop the challenge. And I know how they blindfold you. They blindfold me before. It's impossible to see out of anything. They stop. Boo's winning this challenge. He's in the front. He says, I know 1,000,000% I would have won the challenge. They stop the challenge and say, someone is looking. We're not going to say any names. Say names. Someone is looking out of the blindfold somehow. And we're doing the challenge over. I said, were you looking? He said, no, I couldn't see nothing. And nobody could see nothing. I was like, who do you think it was? He's like, I don't think it was anybody. Because Yao Man was about to go home. And I think Yao Man wins that challenge. It gets you more and more upset. And this is going on enhanced reality. I'm not putting this on. This is a great video to put on the Russell Hantz Show. But if they don't want to subscribe, they don't get to see this good content. Now, next, the challenge where me and Coach, where we had to go under these things, they connected me to Sandra. I should have spoke up, because you're only as fast as your weakest player. So I'm just as good as Sandra if I'm handcuffed to her. That made no sense at all. And I was trying to be. I know I'm the leader, but I try to shut up and let people talk. I try not to say too much, and sometimes I should step up when it comes to that, because that was just stupid. But anyway, the challenge where I'm connected to Sandra, and I'm like this. And Jeff's Russell frustrated. Jeff's frustrated. And I'm trying to move, and she can't even walk forward or stand up. Move, Sandra. Anyway, that challenge, you had to go under these things. And ours was so hard to get under. Our backs were scratched, this mud, because they dig holes, they put mud in it, and then it's hard. Somehow they make it hard. It's not all easy. Just a little bit of mud, and then you have to slip under there. After that challenge was over, Coach has an attitude now. He'll holler out loud. Like, he has a great personality, and he shows it. And when he's upset, he shows it. So after the challenge is over, we was like, ours was way harder to get under, Jeff. They were just sliding under theirs. You telling me that Big Rupert could just slide right under with no problem? And then me, I'm skinny at that time. My back, I didn't even think I could get under it, because it just scraped my back. I was like, how is the bigger people going to get under here? Because I wasn't at that. Maybe now I'm bigger, but I wasn't then. So Coach gets so mad, he runs over to their side, and he tries to get under the same one we went under, and he went right under. And he was hollering like, it's fixed. Theirs is shallow. Like, ours is shallow. Theirs is deeper where they can get under it easier. You make your own opinions, and then when you mess up in challenges, you have a whole dream team doing it. When you mess up on a challenge and don't put right puzzle pieces or this or that, that's messed up. You should hand that person $50,000 just because of your stupidity. But when you make people do challenges over again, like statues, and then his hits the ground first and I'm the last one standing, and mine hits the ground because it was supposed to be 3 seconds in between. When I see time and time again, balls that they hold hit the ground, and then immediately, you win. So that's what I wanted to talk about, guys. You can say what you want to say. If you have a story about that kind of thing, let me know. Because those are facts. Those are truths. And I'm sure there's many, 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 many more. We just don't hear about it. Now, Survivor's legit. It's legit when it comes to being hard. But do they sway the game in their favor sometimes? That's up for debate, that's for sure. Let's do a video on that. Do they sway? Does Survivor sway? Because this is a video on the challenges. And I know that if I would have lost that challenge, then all hell would have broke loose. I'm telling you, I would have called an attorney. I would have got my million. Maybe it would have been best if I would have lost. because I would have done what I had to do to win that challenge, to make sure that I won that challenge. I was the first person. They even stopped everything for about 10 minutes and went and talked to other producers and tried to, whatever they were saying, and they just made us do it again. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoy this content, this channel. I know sometimes I do a little stuff. I hope you enjoy when I do little things here and there, and I might post a little fun video I just did while we were here, short videos, but this is more of a reality TV thing. When I get back in 15 days, which is sad to say, I'm going to start talking reality. And then I'm on the other channel, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start planning my next vacation to go to Vietnam or wherever, or go see Bob. But I'm definitely going to start planning the day I get home. So that's all I got. Until next time. My boys, my ladies, my friends. This is where I am. And if you want, we are doing a big video on, we're trying to raise, we already raised money, we already gave it all away. Now we're trying to raise $1,000 to give to one family. Me and Michael are gonna go look and look and look until we find the poorest neighborhood that we can find, and I'm going to talk to them. I'm not going to just knock on the door and give it to them. I'm going to talk to them and just, you know, see if I can see different situations. Maybe go to a few families and see how many kids they have, and if they would allow me into their house to interview them, give them 1,000 baht, which is $35, just to go talk to them in their house. And then when we decide who we should give it to, I'm gonna let my heart decide. I'm gonna pray about it, and I'm gonna say, okay, this is the family. So that's the next thing we're doing. If you'd like to be a part of that, my links to all my the PayPal, Venmo, and everything will be in the description. If you haven't watched our last video of us giving, please watch it. It is amazing. And that's all. That's all I got. Keep hope alive.